Welcome back, friends, and gather round for another episode of Simply Walking into Mordor. As always, my name is Nauglir, and a very special welcome to you. If this is your first time watching with us, well, guys, we're here at episode 62, and we are ready to do our level 50 class quest. We are level 45, but that's when you can do it, and so we're going to get straight into it. There's a couple of things that I usually do at level 45. One of them is getting our legendary items unlocked, but we are actually going to hold off on that since it's part of the epic story. So we will encounter that as soon as we hit level 50, or actually after we hit level 50, as soon as we finish volume 1, we will be going into our legendary items. But there's no point in waiting around to get these class quests done, and so we're here in the marshes of Melwinen, in the elf ruins of Lingiliath, in the North Downs, to speak to Giliel, who apparently is who we have to speak to, since she wants to speak with us. That's what it says. So we're going to speak to her, and she's going to give us this quest, a lesson from Gimli. So here we go.
What can I do for you?
Let's finish that, and we get a bit of experience, and then we are going to head over to Gimli. Oh, we're not going to head into Gimli just yet. We are going to collect these quests, the Articles of Valor, and the Implements of Daring.
Stay a moment.
And these are some collection quests. We have to go and do some collecting. We have to collect Raelug's frozen hide and brimstone-tinged Tarkret boots. And we also have to collect notched Ongber's swords and Trumug's hand axe. So that's our task. There are actually 3 sets of these quests. So they come in, there's 2 of them, and there's 3 tiers to each one. So once we collect all of these, we'll be sent out again, and then again. But actually, we can kind of get ahead of the game because only the first set of these items need to be found on landscape. The others can be actually bought from the skirmish camp, and since we've got plenty of marks, we can go ahead and just take them fairly easily. So we're going to have to return here to Melwinen to hand this back to Giliel, and so we're going to find the milestone here. I believe there's a milestone here. I might be mistaken, actually. That would be unfortunate if there isn't. Let's filter just the milestones. Yeah, there's no milestone here. Okay. Well, perhaps when we have to return, we will take a horse and I can cut that out in post. All right, but the first thing we have to do is head to the Misty Mountains. So we're going to return to Rivendell. We've got a home in Rivendell. And we're going to have to collect Raelug's frozen hide. He's in the Misty Mountains. You can see up here in the this section of the Misty Mountains is where we can find Raelug, and so we can just take a swift travel to Glóin's camp and travel straight to where Raelug is. So we'll just quickly ride over to the stable master here in Rivendell. And then we will be heading up back into the Misty Mountains. A couple of episodes ago we were there, doing our Book 5 quests, but now we're coming back to hunt down a very specific, I think it's a frost worm. Could be, or maybe it's a bear, I'm not sure. We will find out shortly as we head up. So yes, we're just taking a break this episode from our epic book quests. We are going to resume those promptly as soon as we finish this, which will probably take a whole episode. Doing this quest, but there are some great rewards. In fact, we'll have a look at those on our way up to
what do you need?
Where Raelug is. So we can swift travel to Glóin's camp. Very good. Let's do that. And we will head up there just now. Alright, here we are. Let's mount up on our steed of the Eldar, and we will be riding north. Let's check out these. Let's check out these rewards. Just check where we're going. Yeah, we are heading up just straight to the north. We should be able to follow our quest indicator here. All right. So from the Articles of Valor, there's 3 tiers of collection that we have to do, but we can have a choice between this Necklace of Valor, which my, that is mighty fine. 29 might, 14 vitality, 192 critical rating, and 44 max morale. That is much better than our current necklace, so it's going to be hard to pass that one up. Although, we do have a new necklace that we can actually wear right now, so let's equip that, because that might change our minds. Good thing I remember that. That is a new one that we can use. And we also have a new sword that we can use. In fact, I think I've forgotten to do anything about leveling up to 45 from the last episode. So we have this new sword, which is a small increase, but it is an increase in our effectiveness over the last sword. And then also we have a trait point that we can equip, although we just got into combat, so we're not going to be able to do that just yet. Yes, we have this necklace and this bracelet to collect, which also is amazing. So either one, I would not be upset if we had to choose either one. So the new necklace, yeah, I think our bracelet will do much better. Yeah, that bracelet of valor much better than our current finely adorned sentry's bracelet. And the necklace of valor not heaps better than our brilliant ancient silver necklace. It is better, but not as much. All right, let's head up. I think we're almost here. Yes, we should be able to find Raelug somewhere around here. Just have a quick look around. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Perhaps he's a snow beast. That would be interesting. See if he's any of these guys. I'm expecting a worm. There, I think... Aha, I think we... Oh, no, that's just a wretched rockworm. Thought we'd found him there. Let's have a bit of a ride around. See if we can find our quarry. There is a camp here. Aha! Here is Raelug, the ice worm. I was correct. He's a worm. We have a new trait point. We're going to put it into our single target mode first. We're going to put it on a single target line. Now, there's actually two good traits that we can get in this tier. We've unlocked a new tier of traits, and they are Controlled Burn, which we'll definitely be getting first. It is very good. And also Merciful Minded. This increases the Merciful Strike health threshold. At the moment, we can only strike enemies who are under 20% health. Once we get this up, it'll let us do it on enemies that are under 50% health, which is much more useful. But further than that, at rank 3, Merciful Strike will always critical hit. And so that is very powerful. If we can ensure a critical hit, that will help us out a lot. But we're going to get that next. We're going to get Controlled Burn first. This skill is a new skill. And it is kind of like, but not... completely. It's kind of like Battle Frenzy and Great Cleave combined from the AoE lines, except it's a bit worse than both of them. So we get a bit more power regeneration, we get a bit more attack speed, and we get a bit more melee damage, 15% more, so that's quite a bit. And we also get an extra fervor pip every 5 seconds. So it gives us a bit of extra fervor, gives us some more damage, gives us some power regeneration, and attack speed. So yeah, as in that sense, it's a bit similar to how Battle Frenzy and Great Cleave work. But that's enough talk about that. We're going to fight Raelug. So let's engage our enemy. He's only got 5,000 health. He shouldn't be too hard to beat. We're in our single target mode, so he should go down fairly quickly. And with Controlled Burn, we should be doing plenty of extra damage. Look at that. Ferocious Strikes. Doing heaps damage, then a full Remorseless Strike. Oh, didn't quite get him down there. There we go. Worm Slayer. We've got Raelug's Frozen Hide. Now, this is actually... interesting. So we've collected a clouded worm eye. You can see here that it says this trophy is sought by hunters and minstrels, and that will become clear as to why it says that once we get the next level of these quests. Because whilst we're getting pretty much quest items for these quests, the other ones are just random drops from specific enemies, and so we won't need to collect clouded worm eyes, of course, because they're hunters and minstrels, but there are equivalent items for champions. And so we would have to go and find them if you couldn't get them from the skirmish camp, which you can. And so in that sense, it's not very difficult at all to get them. But I think we would have to find warg claws, barghest tails, spider mandibles, and bubbling droplets. So we would have to go all around the level 40 to 45 to 50 zones and collect those items. But luckily for us, the skirmish camp is available. Now, we're going to head to Alcair this time, because we have some Brimstone Tarkret boots to collect, and also Notched Ongbow swords and Trumulg's hand axe, and all of these can be found in Angmar. In fact, in West Angmar, you can see we can get our Tarkret boots from the camps around here. We can get I think it's, yeah, Trumulg's hand axe is in Malinhead down here. And then also the notched Ongber's swords are from North Basak Balroyd. So we'll be heading up there. We're also going to do our epic quest on the way there. Since it is on the way, we might as well do it. And so we're going to head up to the north. We'll collect the stone heart on the way back down. And then we'll head into the marshes again before finishing up for this quest. All right. So off we go. Ride north. Let's have a look at the other quests rewards. And in fact, we'll also look at the trait that we can put onto our AoE line as well. All right, here we are. So the Great Axe of Daring. Look at this. This is even better than our new sword that we've made ourselves. 41.4 DPS. That's great. It's Ancient Dwarf make damage, which will be helpful if we end up going to Sarnor. That is the only type of damage, or one of the only types of damage that works in that zone. And it is around this level. So we'll see if we end up going in there. I'm not sure. It's a great place to farm Thorin's Hall reputation. Sarnor. And you need Ancient Dwarf make damage to do damage to the dwarves in there. So that's pretty good. And also this Blade of Daring. Now this is very fancy. If we had a second weapon that was this powerful, it would be an argument to go into the single hand weapons for a little bit. But I think we're going to take this Great Axe of Daring. It will be replaced by this sword, this Tempered Elven Steel Great Sword of Combat that we've made ourselves at level 48. But for the 3 levels in between, this Great Axe of Daring will be plenty good. All right, we're just going to ride north here for a second. I think we're going to head into the camp that we were in just before in the last episode to get these Ongber's swords. These are level 50 quests, but the enemies that you have to fight for this level of them, for this tier, are usually pretty low. And you will see that when we kill the same orcs as we did last episode. Alright, with that, let's switch into our AoE mode and we'll get ourselves a new trait. We have a new tier, and it's keeping on distracting us from getting Battle Acuity. While Battle Acuity is good, it's not as good as restoring 5% of health on a blade skill. When we're in AoE, we want to be healing ourselves, and at rank 3, this will proc 20% of the time. 1 in 5 of our blade skills will heal 5% of our maximum morale, which is a decent amount. It should be 150, 170 health at this current time, and as we increase our health, it'll be even more. And we'll be using blade skills all the time. So that's very good. And then also, a bit later on, we get even better at fighting multiple enemies. I think down here, yeah, look at that. We get 15% chance to generate 1 fervor for every target hit as well. So we want to be increasing our effectiveness with multiple targets, and this is one skill that will get us on the way there. At the moment, it's doing 10% chance. So we're going to be healing ourselves right from the get-go. So let's get in there. Let's start fighting these guys. We're going to use all our buffs. We're going to run out here, get the captain as well. Got the warrior. We're going to make sure we fight at this skirmisher, so we do a bunch of damage. Here we go, we're on full fervor, so let's get that Raging Blade going straight away. Look at that. Huge damage there. We get the Blade Storm. We've got a sword already. 1 sword, 2 swords. This is good. This is working well. Look at that. I don't remember if I saw any heals pop there. I wasn't really paying much attention to that. But we should be seeing some heals coming up eventually. At the moment, obviously, we're only getting 1 in 10 of our skills going to heal us. But as we increase and get more trait points, which we will be getting plenty more trait points in the near future, we'll be healing ourselves much more often. We're going to get all these warriors, just make sure we get all the swords that we need. Use Battle Frenzy again. Bring in some pain. Still haven't seen a heal yet. We're using the skills that would set it off. Obviously the horn not going to give us that heal. There we go. Haven't seen a single heal. I think Rend is also a blade skill. Yeah, it is. There we go. We got enough swords, but we haven't seen that heal yet. Oh well. All right, so we're going to ride south. Head down to what's it called? What's that? Tor Galvin, where we've been in the last episode. And the episode before that, in fact. We'll ride straight in here, and we've got a ritual to interrupt. maybe you noticed it in the episodes previously when we've been in here. There is a ritual going on here, and so we're going to interrupt that quite rudely and see what we can do about collecting a stone heart that is intact. Still haven't seen one of these heals come up. I want to see one. How much health are we going to get back? Oh, we got a missing page. That's just as good. Okay, so now we have to interrupt this sorcerer. He should have the heart on him. Alright, and we've got the stone heart. And now the fell spirit is free, apparently. He's called these Druvadan to help him in fighting us. That's not very handy. Let's interrupt that. Alright, let's use heroics. Oh, we've been stunned. That's not good. Let's use true heroics. Oh, it didn't go off. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I still haven't seen one of these heals. I'm curious. But it is not happening for us. Alright, we're going to ride out of this camp now. Where we've got what we came for. And we will actually hand that back to Coronir in the next episode, probably. We'll see. If we've got time this episode, we might finish it off. But I think we're going to focus mainly on these this class quest for now. Alright, so now riding down into Malinhad. I'm going to scamper down this cliff here. And we're going to find some Tarkrit boots. I think we're going to use this camp for it. If we can't find enough Tarkrips in there, then we will head out. Look at the sky here. Looks so creepy. Oh! I'm pretty sure that's not a glitch. I'm pretty sure that's intentional. That would be funny if it was just a glitch in the game. No, the moon looks fine. I think this is what it's meant to look like. That is just creepy. Alright, we're heading down here to this goblin camp. And here's a Tarkrip. I think we'll switch to our single target mode for now, just since they're pretty spread apart and they're ranged as well. So we use controlled burn, I think. We might have a deed to be using that. I might be mistaken though. Let's have a quick check. There we go. We've got a boot there. That's the wrong button. Control L, Shift L. What would it be? Yeah, there we go. Time of need. We need to use control burn. And that is actually great because that means we can use it in any of our trait lines. We can advance that deed. So that's very helpful. Great cleave we're using a lot. And then whilst we're in single target, we can also use control burn. There's a heal. That's from our red line though, so not much information. We've been rooted down in place. That's not very handy. There we go. Ferocious Strike's finishing off that Tarkrip. Didn't give us a boot though. That's unfortunate. Alright. Come on, you Tarkrip. Let's get some further up and bang! There we go. We got a boot. That's what we're here for. Alright, let's run in. Let's use sprint to make sure we keep advancing that deed. We don't want to forget about our class deeds. Yep, sprint we got to use 130 more times. That's fine. Okay, let's kill one of these guys. We don't have to fight both of them. We just got a new deed there. Road to War. Oh, we got a page. That guy was definitely worth killing. Yes, the new deed to find all the strongholds of the enemy in Angmar, I believe. We can have a look at that in 1 second. As soon as we kill this guy. There we go. Got another boot. That's what we're here for. Yep, the Road to War. That looks like all of the Angmarim camps. Alright, no boots off that guy. It's okay. In here, there are plenty of goblins. And I think we're going to switch into our AoE mode. And have some fun around here. Lots of them are melee as well. So we're going to grab up a bunch of them. We'll use challenge. And we'll use fight on early so that we don't lose too much health in this fight. There are some fire throwers. We're going to fight at this spear hurler, I think. Okay, we'll use great cleave and true heroics to see if we can get some health. There we go. There's some heals. We are stunned in the worst spot in the fire. That's not very helpful. Okay, let's see if we can use our horn. There we go. And we're going to get plenty of boots. Look at how many goblins are here. This is great. There we go. They all fall down. And that got us up to 8 boots. I don't think we got any pages then. That's all right. Yep, we got plenty of boots though. 8 out of 10. And there are a couple more goblins in here. So we will grab up these guys. And I think we'll fight in here. Look at that. There's plenty more. We'll just fight these 3 for now. Use exchange of blows. Make them hurt themselves as well as us hurting them. Kill them even faster. Okay, that spear hurler is going to run away, I think. He's rooted us. We're going to stun him. Oh, we can't. We're out of fervor, which means we are in a bit of trouble. No, we're fine. Okay, that's 9 out of 10. Glad we picked up 3, not 2, because we would not have gotten enough if we just stayed out there. There we go, 10. That's exactly what we needed. Okay, and we have finished our first set of components, so we're going to take that back to Gwezzgiliel in Melwinen. But for now, we're actually going to go and collect Trumug's hand axe and see if we can wrest that from him. Probably from his cold dead hands, is what I'm assuming. He's also in Western Malinhad, so he shouldn't be too far away from here. This is actually a pretty good place to farm your pages if you're curious about where you'd like to farm them in Angmar. That camp as well, and then there's also a orc camp, an Angmarim camp down there that is chock full of humanoid enemies, and they're quite low level, but will still drop the pages that you want. So if you're looking for pages in Angmar, those 2 camps are fairly effective. They're high density, lots of enemies, lots of melee enemies as well, so you can actually collect a bunch of them up. Although if you're a hunter or someone who's not great at fighting multiple targets, then you probably just want to take them on one at a time anyway. Alright, now, Trumug should be around here somewhere. I'm guessing he's going to be an orc, or he's a goblin. Okay, that's fine. Here he is. Let's get into our single targets mode, and we will use controlled burn, get into this guy, quick smart, swift blade to start. And we'll get into ferocious strikes really early. Get a heal off as well. Look at that. Savage strikes with the clobber. Look at that. So much health coming when we're in single target. We haven't even lost any health. We ended the fight on full health. That is very impressive. Okay. So we have finished collecting our first sets of components. So what we're going to do now is we're going to map home to Estelden. I put a map there before we came to Angmar, so we've still got one down there. And there's a skirmish camp there where we're going to pick up our next sets of components before we even know what they are technically. So I've opened up the LotRO wiki here. This is just the most efficient way to do this quest. I would definitely recommend doing it this way if you were doing it yourself. Go and collect all your first sets of components. You can't buy them from the skirmish camp, but then head to the skirmish camp, open up the LotRO wiki, find out the quest. So obviously I've looked up Articles of Valor and Implements of Daring. We're going to head over here to the Curiosities trader, who is just over here. Binias. Perfect. So the Curiosities trainer will give you reputation items. If you have reputation that you need with specific factions, you can get them here, or you can get your minor and major class items, and I'll explain the difference between them first. So, as I said, there's 3 sets of components that we need to collect. The second set is all made up of minor class items, and on the wiki here it says that we need 20 splintered warg claws and 20 barbed barkest tails. So we're going to get, they come in 5, so we're going to get 4 sets of these. You can see it says trophy sought by champions, minstrels, and beyondings. So we'll collect 4 sets of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, just 50 marks each. Very cheap, much better than going out and trying to find them all ourselves. And this is also sets of 5, so we'll get 4 sets of these as well. We need 20 of them. So there we go. We've got 20 barbed barkest tails and 20 splintered warg claws. We will hand them into Gwezzgiliel as soon as she asks for them. And then also, for the Articles of Valor quest, we need mottled spider mandibles and bubbling droplets. So bubbling droplets here, again, sought by champions and lawmasters, so that's what we're looking for. We need 15 of these, so only 3 sets of 5. And then also mottled spider mandibles, and so we need 20 of these, 4 sets That's 3, that's 4. Perfect. All right. And so for the small price of about, 750 marks, so that's like one run of a large fellowship instance at max level or something. It doesn't take very long to get that many marks. You can get all of your minor class items. Now the major class item is a bit more expensive, but still not that bad. This is for the third set of components. And so for Articles of Valor, we need the Bloodstained Tally Stick. Yep, that's the one, and that costs 89 marks. That's pretty cheap. And then we also need the Insignia of Battle. That's another 89 mark cost. So still fairly low. We're still under 1,000 marks total. Back to major class items, sorry. We need the Implements of Daring. And we need a Flawless Scale of Lucrian, whatever that name is. And that's 123. So now I think we've passed 1,000 mark cost. And then the Sigil of War, which is up here. That's 164. So I think we're looking at around 1,100 marks total to finish off your class quest, which is a very small price to pay for the amount of time that we are saving by doing this. Now, these major class items, you might be wondering where you could actually collect them on landscape. Obviously, by to collect the Splintered Warclaws and Barghest Tails, you just have to kill Wargs, Barghests. I can't remember what you need to kill to get bubbling droplets. Probably insects or something like that. And spiders, obviously. You can go to any level 45 to 50 zone and kill enemies of that level. And you will get items related to the type of enemy they are. So obviously you can collect Warg claws off Wargs of those levels, and so on and so forth. But these major class items, these are gotten from specific bosses in the Kharndum and Urgarth landscape instances. So in here we've got Kharndum and Urgarth. These are two kind of instances, I guess. They are big instances. They have lots of bosses in them, lots of landscape mobs, and you don't have to kill all the bosses to finish them off. Although if you do want all the rewards, you would go through and kill them all. But they are very large. There's large fellowship size. But if you just need the major class items, you can go and kill the specific bosses that you like, that your class needs. And so you can find out which those are before you go in on the wiki, or you can just get them here at the skirmish camp, which I would definitely recommend. All right, so that means we've got all of the articles we need. So we're going to ride down to Melminen. It shouldn't take us too long at all. And we're going to hand all these in and get our great rewards. Whilst we are riding down, we're just going to have a quick check on our class deeds, because we do not want to neglect these. These book deeds, we're 1 page away, and so that should definitely happen within the next couple of episodes on our epic storyline, because we're continuing through Angmar, so we'll definitely be killing plenty of humanoids in Angmar. And then also, when we get to Moria, we'll have plenty of more humanoids, but I'm sure we'll get them whilst we're in Angmar. We'll finish them off. Only 3 more pages, and that'll be 3 trait points each, which is very, very good for us. Now, also, we need to finish off these other class deeds. We don't want to neglect them. So we need to do Great Cleave and Control Burn. We're doing that. It's coming along slowly. They are some long cooldown skills. Tight Grip, seems like we're doing that plenty quick. Yeah, we're using Raging Blade and Ferocious Strikes, obviously, quite a lot. And that is capping out each day. No Surrender. We need to use Fight On more. We don't use that enough. We need to use it almost 400 times more still. True Heroics, we're doing enough. Flashing Blade, critical hit with Blade Wall, that's going to come along, obviously. Savage Strikes, it's getting there. We're at 200 out of 500. Great. We use Clobber plenty of times, so that's fine. And then Athletic, got to remember to use Sprint and Challenge. Got to use Challenge 300 more times. Those two, the Challenge and Fight On ones, are going to take a while, but the other ones should come along. All right, here we are back at Wesgiliel. We're going to collect our Articles of Valor. We're going to hand them in, and then obviously we've collected those items already. The Implements of Daring, we've got those ones already as well, so we can hand in the next set of quests, and then we also have the final 2 as well. We've got our sigil and all that sort of stuff, and so we can just finish these quests. We're going to get the Bracelet of Valor, gives us some armor, some might, vitality, morale, and power. That's very handy. So we'll get that. Lots of experience as well, 16,000. We're still in our recognition weekend time as well. So we'll equip that. That's going to be very helpful. Then also the implements of daring, we can get our great axe. Get a bit of a increase in our effectiveness between now and level 48. So we'll pick that up. I doubt we'll find anything better than that. Look at that. Looks great as well. Double bladed axe. All right, and now we have to speak to Gimli and Rivendell to get our class trait point as a reward. So let's map home to Rivendell. We will do that quick smart. Just going to unlock this sword since we don't need it anymore. That sword got a lot of use, about 1 episode's worth of use. That's all right. All right, let's mount up quickly. Going to head over the bridge, back over to Gimli, and get a trait point as a reward for this quest. It's a productive episode, guys. This level 50 class quest. Everyone's got to do it, and it's not too hard. Great rewards, especially if you're planning on staying around level 50 for a while, which we are. We're going to be doing all the book 1, all the volume 1 quests at level 50 on level. Now we're going to use one of those stones of the tortoise, which actually will stop our experience gain. We will sacrifice our pocket item for that, unfortunately, but we'll be able to handle it without any worries. And I think we're going to also try and do Karndum and Urgarth, those instances that I mentioned before, on level as well. We're going to try and get 5 friends together and do them as close to on level as we can to show you guys. And that'll probably take up a whole week's worth of episodes. They are long instances, so we will see what we can do with regard to that. All right, so here we are, Gimli. To finish off the episode, give us a trait point. Come on, there we go. 1 class trait point, okay. And apparently we're flattering Gimli by asking him to teach us about being a champion. There we go. We've gained ourselves a lot of experience this episode. We're at about 2/3 of the way through 45. We got ourselves a trait point, so let's put that on straight away. We're going to use our merciful-minded one in our single target line, increase that threshold, and then also another point into Blade of Courage. That's very helpful. All right, and that's going to be all for today, guys. We are at 32 minutes by my count, so that's all we've got time for, unfortunately. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks heaps for watching it. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and if you have any comments, suggestions, anything like that, leave them in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and come back every day for new episodes of Simply Walking into Mordor. Also, if you haven't yet, check out the Shadow of War series that started up. I think we're 4 episodes in now, and it's a good time. It's a lot of fun to play it. I'm going to record some more of those episodes today, I think. So get into those. They're really fun. I'm having to restrain myself so much from not playing that game more because I want to be surprised and realistic in my reactions when I play them for you guys. So head over and watch those. But yeah, guys, that's going to be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching it. As always, my name is Nauglir. It's been a pleasure playing with you, and I will see you tomorrow.